one of the shuyukh of our tariqah passed away this week. Shaykh Abdelkabir from Casablanca. He was, I met him for the first time in Morocco about 20 years ago. And he had been a murid of Shaykh Umar Vadillo. Some of you will know him or seen pictures of him. Maybe some of you know some of his sons that were with us in Cape Town. Abdelkabir in particular, who has spent lots of time with us. The al-Mouttaqui. And he was here during the Muslim. And hopefully we will do everything possible to bring him here with us. He's an extraordinary man, very qualities. His father was too. He lived in Casablanca in a big house that he built himself. Like many people in Morocco, they don't need mortgages. They just build their houses. Because civilization hasn't come there with planning permissions and mortgages. It is the civilized way of living. So he had a big house, and he had a big family. I don't know how many children, 3 wives, and he had each one in one floor, and then the top one was his. So he had, I don't know how many floors, 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. And in the basement, he had a small textile factory where he just made all the children were employed. And as far as I saw, everybody was there. Uncles and cousins. The top floor of his house was the Saudi. It was a big place. 200 square meters, 250 square meters. Just one floor. And he had, in typical Moroccan style, he had carpeted the place, and on the edges, you have these diwaniyas. It's a place where you sit down and sleep. So because it was also a hotel, I mean, every Sufi that passed through Casablanca slept in Shaykh Abdelkabir's hotel, Zawiya. And up there, my God, how many vicars, how many hadras, how many qasidas have been sung there, how many visitors have gone through that place. I only witnessed a few. The atmosphere was thrilling. It was like a Muslim every time. And the weekends was packed. They came from every corner of Morocco. And he was... what I like about him is that he can so spontaneously turn into a vicar. I mean, in any situation, we will be sitting down in the other place, visiting somebody, and suddenly he will start with some qasida, and then of course everybody followed. So in no time there was a little Musa there. And very often all that ended up in a khadra. How many people have benefits from this man? I don't know. But recently, a person that I recently met was very sick, and his heart. And I sent them to Shaykh Abdelkabir, and the letter that they wrote back to me of thankfulness. He said, "Thank you for bringing me to this man of Allah. Because I was in this state and I am in this other one." And I said, "No, don't thank me, thank him." I only pointed you to him. It was extraordinary to have people like this in the world. He was, the things about him that I like most is that he had no sense of being a Sufi. This idea of the portrait of a Sufi, to put into the whole appearance and the exterior. He had none of that. He was really not interested. But you go deep into him and you will find most amazing wisdom. He is a man that you will not just spend with him 5 minutes, you will always benefit. Always, always, always. It was impossible to be in his presence and not come out better than how you were before. Like many of the people of his kind, he always had the name of Allah in his mouth. Always, always, always. It doesn't matter what he talked to you about. It doesn't matter what the matter was. He always referred to us. Well, he's gone ahead. He's gone to where we all have to go. We lost him, a great man of Allah. But he has left, indeed, the seeds of lots of near things to happen. Those of you who have the opportunity, go and visit the family. There is still traces of him in that place. Visit his house. I'm sure there's still some of the sounds would have continued the gathering. The funeral would have been massive. I guarantee you, half of Casablanca is there. This was loved by everybody, except the Wahhabis. The people loved him enormously. He was generous, beyond generosity. It's a man that you have to say, just hold on. I've been in his diggers in Casablanca and in Fez, and it used to go around, especially in that southern part of Morocco. They would do like caravans of dhikr. So they will go from one place to another, to another, to another, to another, in circle. And the people who just join, they know the caravan is coming. And they'll go every night. In the Zawiyas, he had all the network. He knew every Garkawi Zawiya. I hope somebody still remembers, because we have to map it out. All these places he knew. He could go from one place to another every night. I benefited from him. We miss him. But our way to honor him is to continue with what he taught and to bring it forward, especially in these days. So, for the benefit of Shaykh Abdelkabir, we recite al-Fatiha. بسر وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الرحمن الرحيم. مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين.